Un,
Hi,
dos, tres,
everyone,
tres,
and
cuatro.
welcome to Hey
Hey,
Yeah! One
yeah.
falsetto there for y'all. You're welcome. So what's going on, Cindy Lou? How have you
You
been?
know,
I feel like it's been forever.
I have been to Maze Falls. I'm actually checking on my FedEx package right now because I was supposed to get some new shoes in the mail today, and it says that
What
it was
kind of
delivered
shoes?
at Louboutins.
What's a
Guacamole,
Louboutin?
my
I've heard of
Louboutins.
Louboutins. Are Louboutins the same as Louboutins? Are those
I
like
think
the faux Sachis, the fake ones?
no. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce them because I'm not French. Are they French? Christian Louboutin? But anyways, like it's
But it was
spelled
Italian.
Loubtin. So it's like Louboutin. I don't know.
Okay. I believe
It's not Ton. It's Tin.
that makes sense.
Anyways, so I'm supposed to get them delivered. Well, they said that they were delivered today at 1 p.m. And Santos was asking me, like, he handed me this big box, and it was these 3 tumblers that my friend had made for the kids. And I was like, wait, he kept asking me, like, were you supposed to get something else? Were you supposed to get something else? And so I'm like, maybe. So I think he hid my shoes, is my point.
I believe it.
Ricky, can I tell you something?
Tell me, nobody's listening.
I got really drunk on Monday at On the Border.
That's
And I
it?
got it with Letty.
Oh, okay. And then?
And we got tattoos
What? Where?
on our arms.
What? Why is it a secret? What does it say? Keep fucking going? I love it.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it so me?
I like it. Yes, absolutely. Why are you whispering about that? What?
Because my parents don't know.
Oh.
And I'm a little, like, Santos fucking killed me. Like, he is still mad at me about it.
Why?
Because, like, what 35-year-old woman gets drunk on a Monday and goes
Your
and gets a
body, your
fucking
choice.
tattoo? That's what Letty said. So y'all gays, I'll fucking stick together.
Except for the lesbians and the gays when it comes to sex. But yes, we got each other's backs.
Yeah.
So my one of our nephews turned 18 today.
Yay,
Happy birthday. I know you're not watching, but he already got piercings. He's getting a tattoo today on his birthday.
What's he
The
getting?
tattoo artist is coming to his house to do it. And so I think he said on his right bicep, he's getting like a symbol here.
That shit fucking hurt. Let me tell you.
No, it doesn't, because I got this thing and it didn't hurt.
Okay. Letty like fucking recorded me and I'm such a little baby. It
Can we
fucking
please
hurt.
post it on YouTube?
No.
Or let's post it on our ELLAAA page. Letty, send it to me on Facebook so I can post it on our YouTube.
You're so rude. So rude.
I want to see you squirm.
It was bad. It hurt fucking really bad. And like the pee, it's still like, it's like, I think he had to go deeper. I don't know. It fucking hurt.
It looks good though.
It's so big. Like, who does this? Like, who does this?
Well, I got 2.
But do you love it for real?
I do. I think it's cute. And I like the message.
Okay.
How'd you pick it out, or how did you come up with it?
I've been wanting to keep fucking going since my cousin killed herself.
Oh.
To be honest with
and
you.
it has a good message.
No, I know. And then Letty picked out, like, because I just want to do the words, but I sent her a picture and it had like the arrows, but the arrows were a certain way. And so while we were there, we created this arrow where it's like, you know what? Like sometimes life takes you backwards, sometimes life takes you forward, like, but you have to take like it's a curveball and you just gotta keep, and you just gotta keep fucking going because no life is gonna be just a straight arrow. It's always gonna be crazy.
You should have just drawn a roller coaster. All over your arm, girl. No, it's cute. I like it.
So anyways, yeah. I mean, I remember like super loving it. Like I fucking loved it. But then the next one I'm like, fuck, it's big. Like it's so fucking big. And so I don't have buyer's remorse or anything, but I'm just like, oh my God, if I had been sober, would I have done this? I don't know, you know?
I like it. That's cool. I wouldn't.
Well, I am.
I'm thinking about
So
putting my piercing, my eyebrow ring back in.
you should.
I haven't worn an eyebrow ring in forever.
I remember.
And I have 2 holes. I have 2 eyebrow rings actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this outer one.
So you know how on I don't know, like last year I got t-shirts made for our just like our family reunion or whatever. So this year this is what I'm getting done.
Salinas, Sanchez, Rodriguez, and Munoz.
Yeah,
Surviving
so like
2020. I love it.
right, and then it's on a lime green t-shirt. So even if we don't do anything, like I want us all to have shirts.
Yeah.
Isn't that
What
cute?
did you go through? Vistaprint?
No, my friend, she has like I like to support small businesses.
One too. Online. Okay, that's good.
So if you want, I mean, she can ship it to you. But she's great. Like I really like her. How she designs it, because I just told her I was like I want it to be like a Scrabble board and blah blah blah, and like she just put it together.
Yeah, I had done one similar for our family reunion that got canceled after Rona.
Yeah.
But we were gonna go to Vegas. We tucked them all into going to Vegas, and I made some really cool t-shirts. And on the back it had a picture of my grandparents, and it said rest in peace and their names. Wow. So it was like, because there are, that's why we're all getting together. Like it's their family going. But yeah, they were all the same colors, were pretty. I think they were like this Post-it note color, like a
light blue.
Yeah, kind of more powerful blue though, like more of a Easter type.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I really like
pretty.
that.
But I ended up canceling them. I was in the order. I think we were all already up to 40 people.
Dang, we had 11.
Oh, and you guys are having a smaller, yeah. And then you guys take all the kids too, huh? Mm-hmm. On your vacations and your family reunions. So like it's like that expanding too.
Yeah. So it's me, Santos, the kids. We always include Letty, and then my sister, brother-in-law, his daughter, their daughter, and then my parents.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn there was more kids last time you went.
No,
your kids. Now your sister's kid.
That's it.
That's it, huh?
Haley, but she just turned 15, so she's not a kid.
She's not really a kid.
Right.
Didn't Jen take her kids one time?
Yeah, Jen took Ian, but Ian is 12.
Oh, he's older now, huh?
Maybe he's 11. I don't remember. Yeah. 10? I don't know. But yeah, she was trying to, anyways. Yeah. So let's talk about current events, shall we?
Yes, there's a lot going on in the news.
A lot going on. So where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the Ghislaine Maxwell and Wayfair thing, or what do you want to do?
Let's not go dark right away. Let's talk a little bit about kind of some of the craziness that's going on right now, right?
Okay. So is this too dark? Like, I've been reading about this book, which is it's fictional, but it's based on the Holocaust. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's not dark at all. Let's talk about the Holocaust.
Or what else do you want to talk about?
That's fine. We could talk about that.
What else?
So what's this book about? Obviously, it's about the Holocaust, right? But like, usually there's a specific story behind a person going through things while the Holocaust is happening.
So this book is about the Paris Roundup, which I didn't know about. Did you know about this? Like, so the French police rounded up all of the Jewish people and held them in this big arena, and then ended up sending them to Auschwitz to be fucking killed. So it wasn't just the German Nazis that were doing this. It was like other people, including the French police. Did
Yeah,
you know this?
the
I didn't know that.
Jewish
I didn't know that.
race community, you know, they were persecuted. So like it wasn't just the Nazis. Now the Nazis were facilitating the killing, but I
Mm-hmm.
know that there's the world, just like with, you know, the BLM movement, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's everywhere. It's not just one, you know, specific evil entity. Like it's not also just persecuting people, but if you're complicit and you don't help speak out against these kind of acts, and I think, you know, like there could have been a missed opportunity from the world back then when this was happening to the Jews.
Yeah. So this book, like I said, it's completely fictional, but it's called Sarah's Key. And so at the beginning of the book, the first half of the book, it goes back and forth. Like one chapter was one thing. And okay, so one chapter was Sarah, and she was a Jewish little girl. She was 10 or 11 years old. And she had a little 3-year-old brother. And the police came and, you know, knocked on her apartment door in Paris. And so her mom told her, like, grab your things, like, let's go, right? And her dad was hiding. And then her little brother, he used to always hide in a cabinet, like in a little cupboard that you couldn't even tell that there was like enough space to hide there, whatever. It was just super hidden. And he used to always hide there. And so he wanted to hide there because he was scared. It was in the middle of the night. And so she was like, you know what? These are French cops. Like, these are French police. These aren't German Nazis. So we're going to be safe. So go ahead and hide there. Let me get, like, she gave him some water, I think some bread, and, like, you know, locked it and kept the key. And she was like, we'll be back later tonight. Like, no big deal. Or I'll let my dad know, like, you know, he's in there. So whatever, she can get him out. And so whenever they were coming down, like in the foyer, in the lobby, the dad came out, you know, and so then they were all rounded up and they were taken to this arena and they were kept there for like a week. And the whole time she just kept thinking about her little brother that was stuck in this cabinet, you know. And then the dad was separated and he was taken, you know, away. And so we know that he was taken to Auschwitz, right? And then like a couple of days later, the moms were separated from the children. So then the moms were taken away and we know that they were taken to Auschwitz. And so the children like were left and they were, you know, like together. And another little girl, she told Sarah, like, let's escape. Like, we got to go. So they escaped and they were caught by this one French cop that Sarah had a relationship with him, like from before, you know? And so he let them escape. And so she escaped and they went to this like farm. But the other little girl, she was very, very sick. And so they had to call the doctor and Sarah had to hide. And the Nazi police came and they were like looking everywhere, but they didn't find her. And she was like begging them, like, please, can we please go to Paris? I need to get my brother out. Like, I need to get him out. Right. And so then they were trying to tell her, like, it's been so long. Like, your little brother is not alive if he's still there. She was like, I still need to go, blah, blah. So they took a train and they went to the apartment. And so it goes back and forth. So like present time is this American journalist who moved to Paris for work and then ended up falling in love with a Frenchman. And so then she's living there. She married this Frenchman. They have a daughter together. She's 10 years old and she's a journalist. And they told her to write a story about the 60th anniversary of this whole time, right? Mm-hmm. And so then doing research, and then her husband is an architect and they were going to move back into his childhood home, which is this apartment. And so she was like, how did your family come about this apartment? Like, how did you guys get so lucky? You guys didn't have a lot of money. Like, how did you get this apartment? So then she started researching it and found out that her father-in-law was 12 years old when he remembers Sarah coming to the apartment. Because so the concierge from the apartment complex called his family and said, hey, you know, all of these units are now vacant. Like, come in and occupy them. Like the landlord will give you a rate because he just wants to fill these apartment. And so then they did, and they moved in, but they didn't ever ask, like, what happened to the family that lived here? They were just like, well, they were just Jewish, and you know what happens to Jewish people, whatever.
Yeah.
And so he remembers when Sarah came to his house, his apartment, and opened the cabinet door, and her dead little 3-year-old brother, like, they took him out, and he remembers the smell. Like, he just remembers, and he and his dad, like, they just had this overwhelming guilt, even though they didn't have anything to do with it. But like you said, they knew what was going on and they didn't stop it. And that was a lot of the stuff that was written in the book, is like, a lot of the people that she interviewed, they were like, we saw these massive,
Nobody
like,
stopped.
Jewish people walking by, and we didn't say anything. Like, we didn't stop them. We knew where they were going. Like, we knew what was happening, and we did not stop them. And so the French people, like, they have buried this and they don't talk about it. Obviously, like, they don't talk about it because I didn't know about it.
I mean, if their cops were rounding people up,
Right.
that's a shameful thing. You don't want to.
So where I'm at right now, like, she's been having issues with her husband, and like, she has been trying to find Sarah. So she found some of so what happened was, like, after that, the French country couple, they adopted Sarah, and they told the government, like, her parents died in the war, because she had blonde hair, blue eyes, so she didn't look like a typical Jewish girl. And they raised her as her own, but she was just always very, very sad. And she moved to New York because she just wanted to get away, right? And then she met a man and she married him. And so Julie, the girl that was the journalist, the American journalist, like, she went to go find her. And so where I'm at in the book right now is, she found out that Sarah died, like, in a car accident when she was 30 years old.
Oh, wow. That's young.
I know. But she did have a son, but the son is gallivanting across Italy, just with, like, a wife or whatever. And so she is flying back to Tuscany to meet her son, Sarah's son. And that Sarah always carried that brass key with her everywhere. The one that opened the cabinet.
Yeah.
Her little
That's so
brother.
sad. Yeah, that's not dark at all. I'm glad you shared.
Thanks. Anyway, so this is the book that has been, like, I've been reading it for about a week, and I'm almost done with it, and it's just such a good book. Okay, so on to other sad topics. I've also been watching the Golden State Killer. Have you been keeping up with that?
No, but I finally watched Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix.
Did they cover it? I don't think they covered it.
No, but remember we
solved.
were talking about the Unsolved Mysteries?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I started watching that again. But no, I have not heard about the Golden State Killer.
Oh, okay. Back in the 70s and 80s, in Sacramento, California, like, all of these people, like, girls and stuff, were getting raped, and it was like new development, and like somebody was like sneaking in and like raping this woman and leaving him. And they also, that he had a super small little tiny penis, and he would always like go and eat a bunch of stuff, right? And they found out, like, he has this rare blood disorder where he has like a super tiny little penis, and he is very hungry all the time. So he probably raped like over 50 women. And so his original name was the East Area Rapist, EAR, East Area Rapist.
Little Dick Rapist?
Nope. East Area Rapist, original Night Stalker. And so now HBO has they're doing a series where I think they just released the 3rd episode. This author, something McNamara, she's like a huge crime story junkie, and she was researching it, and it said that because of her research, they caught the killer. And last week or the week before, they sentenced him to like 2 life sentences for all of the stuff that he did. He's like super old. But this girl, McNamara, but then she killed herself. So like she's not even alive anymore to see it.
Wow.
So we gotta keep fucking going.
What else? That's scary though. Like I don't know. I think that's like my worst fear is somebody breaking into my house
And raping you? I'm gonna me too.
well, not just the rape part, like just assaulting. You know what I mean? Like
I don't care if you assault me, just don't rape me.
yeah,
You
that's
know?
scary.
Yeah. Remember whenever I lived in that little bitty house remember?
Yes.
It was like crackheads everywhere, and I always slept with like a bat next to my bed because I was like, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
always
what I
think
was
about that.
afraid of.
Do you have like a plan? Like I always think about it and what I would
Yeah.
do, where I would go, what would I grab to defend myself.
Well, so I don't know if you remember, but like my room was on in one corner in the front, and Haley's room was like in the back corner in the opposite. And so I always left my door open so that I can hear people coming in, and I always left Haley's door closed, and I had stuff in front of her window so in case they were trying to come in through her window, I would hear it. And then so that I would grab my bat and like fucking knock them out unconscious, like run to get Haley,
Mhm.
right? And then like either break the door to like leave through the back door or bring her to the front door. And I always had an alarm on, so anytime that my front door would open, the alarm would go off. So I was thinking like, okay, I'd pass by the front door, open the door so that the alarm would go off, and then I would run and grab Haley, and maybe I would hide in the closet, and then the noise would make them leave, and I would just hide in the closet with her.
Did you ever see that movie with J Lo called Enough?
Yeah,
That sounds just like that. Like always having a plan because you always have to be watching your
yeah,
back and making sure.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, always, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so,
I
anyways,
remember running. I don't even know. I probably shouldn't even talk about it.
well,
I don't
so
want to go dark there,
in
but
Sacramento, they would the city like commissioner or whatever, he would tell people, because back then in the 70s and 80s, like you didn't have a fucking alarm system. So they would say, okay, tie a string to blah blah blah, and whenever you would like, blah blah blah, and then they would hear, and then like everybody in the neighborhood, you guys have to all be aware of like these ring, that kind of thing. But they didn't catch him until 2018, and he did all this
he's already an
in
old man, right?
he's like 70 or something, 70 or 80, and they didn't catch him until 2 years ago.
That's crazy. Okay, now I know who you're talking about because I saw something about it on the news.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm like following it.
At
What
least
else?
justice prevailed.
Yes. What else did I tell
Um,
you that I was going to talk about?
so I know you don't know a lot about it, but I know Naya Rivera, one of the Glee
uh,
actresses or actors, um, died in the lake, and her son was with her, and I guess I don't know, she drowned.
mm-hmm. So this is what I know. Eh, what I know.
Yeah.
They were out on a lake, and they went into the lake to swim, and um it was like a bunch of current, and so then she took her son, like they were both kind of struggling, and she grabbed her son and put him on the boat, and then she never made it to the boat, is what I hear that he told authorities.
That's so scary.
What did you hear?
Well, so I heard the same thing, but then I've been seeing like some stuff on the internet and on TikTok where they're showing the camera footage and showing her, like, if you compare the reports to what you're seeing on the camera footage, it's not matching. They even had like her clothes, not descript. The description of her clothes wasn't accurate. Like I think the report had white top and black bought black shorts, and then when they cut to the video it shows the opposite.
Yeah, there's all these conspiracy theories for
Yeah, and
sure.
like that's like with everything now. Like I've seen so many crazy things on the internet, and it's just I don't think they were ready for TikTok. and let me talk a little bit about this because
Okay, please do.
but like think about how powerful TikTok has become to where our president even wants to ban it.
Well, I heard that like something about people were saying that it was like Russian spies or what? Something like that.
Since when does our government care about the Russians spying on us or
When it's
interfering?
convenient.
So now it's convenient because a bunch of young TikTokers they're still doing it. I've
Hmm.
seen, I don't know, it comes up in my For You page, but
Okay.
there's a lot of different pranks that they're doing. So that one of them is they're buying, or not buying, they're reserving tickets to these Trump rallies
Um.
by thousands and thousands of TikTok users that are trying to fuck with the campaign.
Oh
And
wow.
so then comes the rally, and there's all these empty seats because a bunch of them reserved fake people. Well, not fake people, but people that are not going to go.
Yeah.
So also on and you could even look this up. I was showing John because I don't have an iPhone. I'm an Android user, but on the Apple Store, the official app for Trump campaign,
Uh-huh.
they got a bunch of people on TikTok to go and rate it a 1.
Oh wow.
And what happens is if you average a 1 star on
Yeah.
on the Apple Pay or whatever it is, they have to remove the app from the store.
Wow.
So if you look up the Trump app on your phone, John did, they're at a 1.3 and they still haven't
Let me
removed it.
see. Let me see.
It's crazy. It's like at a 1.2, 1.3. And then they have all these fucking funny reviews that people are
Hold
putting.
on. It's a Trump app.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's like the one they use for his campaign, and then it makes you put your phone number and all this bullshit. And people were doing it anyway, even though they don't want to vote for him or whatever or support him. But once you put your phone number, it
Yeah.
actually starts texting you messages. And so now there's TikTokers that are showing the messages that are coming, and they're reenacting them because some of it is like really
Okay,
aggressive.
here
And
it is.
what
Oh, you're right.
what is it at right now?
Okay, so it says official Trump 2020 app, and it's at a 1 star.
Yep. Oh, they got it down to a 1. Yeah, but they won't remove it, even though they usually do. Come on, Apple Pay or whatever the fuck
It's
it is.
269,000 people that
That's
have
the power of
voted.
TikTok. But think about it. We are so used to getting
Oh,
all of
it's a
our
1.3 app. It's a
yeah.
1.3.
I mean, it's still in the 1 star. Once you get
Mm-hmm.
down to like below 2, any 1 star review should be taken off, is what they're saying. Anyway, so yeah, if you look at the reviews, it's funny stuff. Like they're just talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the power of TikTok, man. Like I mean, and then I heard another thing that it was a bunch of those K-pop fans that were getting together and doing it too. So if you're not
Mm-hmm.
familiar with K-pop, it's the new
Yeah, the Korean.
the Korean pop sensation band.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so all of their fans got together and started fucking with the campaign.
Wow.
So that's powerful, right? If they can take down.
Totally.
So now that's a big deal. Like they're like saying that TikTok is a security threat, and no.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
So now it's important
TikTok
because it's
has single-handedly negatively impacted the Trump campaign. So
yeah,
now all of a sudden
yeah.
it's a threat to
But
our
when it was a threat to the
security.
other side,
Nobody cared.
nobody cared. Remember, he was asking for the emails from Hillary and told Russia to
Right.
find them and all that. So it's it's just
Right.
I think it could be a very powerful app, and I also think that it could be misused on both
Yeah.
sides.
I agree. Yeah. So another story is the Tamar Braxton. So Tony Braxton's sister, she attempted suicide last night. She
And
like took
how
a bunch
how
of
was it leaked? How do people know?
her boyfriend or her husband. So they have a YouTube channel together, and they were not able to release an episode this last week or whatever because she was not feeling good or whatever. And so I think it was yesterday that he said that she was in the emergency room because he found her unresponsive in their hotel room, and that he didn't think that that was accidental.
Why would you say that though?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
I do know
hope
what you mean.
that she's okay, and I hope that
Right,
this isn't like something just for publicity, because
right.
think about it, Cindy. If I tried to commit suicide yesterday
Yeah,
and people started asking John and nor I would I want him to go public and tell people, even if they're
yeah,
my friends. I don't want people to know. Like,
for sure.
I sometimes I wonder the motives, and like
The motives, yeah, for
for
sure.
people to stay in the limelight. And I really hope that she's okay and that
Yeah,
she's not, trying to harm
me
herself.
too.
But
Yeah,
that's just crazy,
I
and
know.
there's tons of people out there that are having, not like that girl.
Keep
That's,
on fucking going. Yeah, that's what
but
you gotta do.
oh yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
See,
there's a lot of people that are struggling with,
yeah.
especially in the environment right now, the COVID and all that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's harder to stay mentally healthy.
I know. So, anyways, on that note, I know that you guys can all hear my kid crying and screaming through the door. So, I think we got to wrap it up, Ricky.
Okay, yeah, and we can talk about your lovely Epstein story next.
Yeah, because there's going to be more information
There's
coming
gonna be
out
more
from there.
information, and
So,
then we can talk
yeah.
about Trump's niece's book. I need,
Whoop, whoop.
girl, I
We need to
wanna.
read it. We
We
need
need
to
to
read
read
it
it.
in
I need to get
2
that audio
days.
book.
Yes,
And it's,
girl. Let's do it. So, we'll talk about it next week. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'll try and find like the cliff notes or something, or
Okay.
reviews on it. I don't
Okay.
want to
Sounds
put any
good.
money towards that name.
I know. I still want to read it though. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much, everybody,
Uh,
for watching. And Ricky, I love you. You know I
Make
do.
sure everybody subscribe. I've been slacking it on the uploads, but you guys are
It's
gonna get a
okay.
bunch of content here soon. I was just trying to bundle it
Yay.
up for you guys.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of ELLAAA, and
Hey,
we will
yeah.
see you guys next week. Stay safe. Love you guys.